Just like Maria in Sound of Music, Kemi is becoming a problem. And in this video, I'll tell you why that woman is always talking about Nigeria. When I was in year one at the university, there's this friend I had. She was dating this guy and she was so in love. She would talk about him. She was always talking about him, how she loved him, how he loved her. And it seemed like everything was perfect. But suddenly one day I asked after him, I asked her, how is this person? And she was like so angry. She just said horrible things about him. She couldn't stand him. She couldn't even tolerate, she didn't even want to hear his voice. So I understand where Kemi is coming from. I used to be very angry with about Nigeria. Let me just be honest with you. I used to be very angry about Nigeria. I felt like this country, there was nothing good in Nigeria. I didn't want to be here. I was frustrated. In fact, there are some classmates of mine from primary and secondary school. They can't even believe that I'm still in Nigeria. Even sometimes I can't even believe that I'm still in Nigeria. There was a time, it was around 2009 to 2010. Really, I disliked Nigeria. I hated everything in Nigeria. I just wanted to move to any country. In fact, I got so desperate that I said I was going to Ghana. I went to Ghana and I stayed in Ghana. At a point, I went to Cote d'Ivoire. I stayed in Cote d'Ivoire 3 months. At a point, I went to Ghana. I stayed in Ghana and I vowed I wasn't ever going to come to Nigeria, that I would look for a job in Ghana. I would settle in Ghana, and that even if my family members wanted to see me, I would give them ticket, pay for them to go to Ghana, but I'll have nothing to do with Nigeria. I was that angry with Nigeria, really, really angry, because Nigeria could be frustrating, let's just be honest. Sometimes as a young person, there are things you want, there are aspirations you have, and the system seems to be beating you down over and over again. But something happened from like 2019. I just had something just happened. A spirit, I would say, overtook me, and I just have this hope in Nigeria. No, I'm not unrealistic. I'm not like the person that is in love that you say, oh, your partner is perfect. There's nothing bad about the person. No, 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 no. Nigeria, we know we have our issues. Let's not deceive ourselves. But I've come to the point where I realize that other countries have their issues as well. And I realize I just have this hope. I just believe in Nigeria. I just see the potentials and the great possibilities in Nigeria. And I believe that if many people like us have this new spirit that comes into us and we start seeing Nigeria as what it ought to be and we change our ways, because sometimes we just want Nigeria to be good and we don't think of ourselves. We think of, oh, other people should do this, do this. There were things I used to do in the past, things I used to do back in the past that I had no idea. I was so clueless. I had no idea that I was contributing to the mess that we find ourselves. So those things I have stopped, and they were really difficult. It was really hard for me to stop. It was even hard for me to admit, but that's not what I'm talking about. So Kemi, what I think is happening to Kemi Badenoch, I hope I'm pronouncing her surname well, is that she has what I will term Nigeria hot. I hope there's a word like that, or a term like that, Nigeria hot. There are people that deep down, especially people in the diaspora, some of them, not all, deep down they really love Nigeria. They really want the best for Nigeria, but they've had hope and their hope keep getting dashed and dashed, and they feel that there's nothing good that will come out of Nigeria. So all they do is to badmouth Nigeria. All they do is to feel bad about Nigeria. Those people that have gotten over that hurt, that don't feel any malice towards Nigeria, you see that they can talk about Nigeria. They can even visit. Like when it comes to Kemi, I understand that people relocate to other countries. Even Americans, they just decide to move to Switzerland, or you have some people from Switzerland decide to move to Germany. Everybody must not be in a particular nation. So Kemi has the right to seek for greener pastures, to seek for what she wants in another country. But there's just one thing about it. She always has, one way or the other, she says things that kind of or what I feel they kind of demean Nigerians, kind of demean where she comes from. One thing you don't realize, if you are not proud of who you are, people will always look down on you. They always see you as that victim they are trying to help. That person they are trying to help. Oh, that person that came from this country, we are trying to help her. We've given her opportunities. So they will always feel as if they are doing her a favor. Kemi has to get to that place. She's very intelligent. The little I've listened to her, she's a very intelligent young woman. She needs to get to that place where she'll finally say yes, yes, and move on. Because the people that move on don't even talk about their past or what they left behind. That's the truth. If you see someone always talking about, oh, someone divorced, always talking about my husband did this, or someone separated, or someone that just left a relationship, keeps on talking about their ex, you know that they've not got over the hurt. Kemi should prove to us, she should tell us that she's not hot, that she doesn't have the Nigeria hot, that she has moved on. And when she really moves on, it will be better for her. She has so much ahead of her. She should stop looking back. If she feels she's on her way to the promised land, don't look back at where you were coming from. Face where you are going to. But as for me and my house, we believe in Nigeria. We are firmly behind Nigeria. We are not blindfolded. We understand that we have problems, but we are willing to do whatever it takes to make Nigeria get to the place that she ought to be. So, what do you think about it? Do you think Kemi is right for Kemi to say the things she says about Nigeria, or do you feel she has a hot or the other, or do you feel that there's nothing to it? It's just what she says. People say it and it's no big deal. Whatever you feel, please put in the comments. In this channel, we talk about things that really resonate